Alright, now we got the basics for variables down. Here's the fun, important one you're going to need a lot for games. We're going to add score to our game. So I made a new script called score, and I went ahead and put these curly brackets down. And I'm going to declare a variable for score. And the score is going to start at 0. Alright, now let's first thing we need to display our script is actually to make a canvas. So the canvas is going to be what our text and stuff goes on in our game. So we're going to go File, Game Object, UI, Canvas. Alright, now we look in the inspector, and here we have a canvas. Okay, first we have to tell it what size we want the canvas. So two very important things. Alright, we're going to go to Canvas here that we have in our inspector. So we're going to give our canvas a size. We want the canvas to be the size of our game. So we're going to go to Canvas, Render Mode, very important. We're going to change Screen Space to, instead of Overlay, to Camera. Screen Space Camera. Alright, now we have to tell it what camera. So it changed here and it says render camera and it says none right now. We got to tell it what camera we want to use. So we're going to take our main camera and we're going to drag that in there. Alright, now we've resized our canvas to be the size of what our camera sees. Alright, so now we're going to add to our canvas a text object so that it can hold our text. So Game Object, UI is for user interface, text. And notice it put the text object in the canvas, under canvas, because text go on top of canvas. And now we've got an inspector. So like all objects, it has a transform, and this is the position where that text would show up. Okay, it does have some default position things. So if you want to click here, it gives you some anchor presets, which are sort of fun. And if you see here, Alt will help. So if you hold down Alt and you click on one of these, it will pop the text into that location. So we're not seeing it because it's too high up there. So it's top middle there. This is middle. Middle of the game. Side middle. Let's just leave it on top middle. You can also, if you need to fine tune it, you can put in your own numbers for transform and X position. Alright, we're also going to, text is not a great name. We're going to rename it. And remember, you're going to need to know this name in your code, so make it a clear name that you remember. So I call all mine whatever they are, text, score, text. Alright, so, and it should, didn't save, let's see, rename, I right clicked on it, rename, score, text, there we go. Alright, so now we've got the name up here, we've got a position in here, and it's popping to the top center. Alright. So still on our text object, we're going to come down and we're going to look at, lower in the text object, there's a text, some settings that you can change here without putting in any script. So like you got font style, you can leave it with normal, you can change the font if you have that loaded in there. You can change, so I like centering my text. It's centered on the top, it should be centered in its box. You can change wrap, but probably most important besides size is color, so I can change it to a red, something like that. So you have all these things you can change text in here. Alright, now, here's the thing. How do we connect this text with our variable? Next step. Alright, so we're going to go back to our script, and we need to make a new variable in here, a class size variable. This one's going to be public. It's going to be a type text, and oops, not texture, text. And I'm going to call it score text. Alright, now we need to link these together. So let me file save. And then let's go back to the Unity. And now if we look at the object that has that text script in it, that variable script here. Oops, actually I don't have my new score script put on a object yet. So let's put our score script on the first butterfly. How's that? So I'm going to put it over here. All right. So now, all right, but it gave me an error when I tried to build it. So it's because I forgot that we need to add a using. So using Unity Engine, and text is in the UI library. So UI. Now let's try building it. All right, that's just a warning. When you build, it saves. So if we look down here, saves, already saved. All right, let's go back and look at it in our butterfly. And here it is, our score stick. All right, now there's that public text, score text variable that we had. We need to link that to the object that's in the game. So to do that, that's the score text here, right? So we're going to pull that, and we're going to put it in here. And now they're linked together. All right, now we're going to go back to the script and set up so it actually prints. So this is something we want to do over and over again. So we're going to put it in update, right? And now we're going to do score text, which is the name of the variable, dot, and we're going to set the text property of score text. So dot text, small t in this one. This matches this exactly. Small t in text, that's just a property name that you have to use. Equals, so the assignment to, and then we're going to say, we want to say score. So we want it to say exactly score. If I misspell this or whatever, this is exactly the words that will print. And then I want a colon and a space. And then, oops, got it before my equal sign. It's because of this. I'm doing this on a computer with a touchpad, so I accidentally. Then remember our concatenate plus, and then score, which is the variable, which is an integer. And because it's an integer, we're going to say to string. And that to string will turn it into a string so it can print. All right, now back, save. Well, I'm going to build. Oh, sorry. My variable is called scores. Scores. I'm going to build again. And I did not spell to string right. It's a capital 2. This is one of the differences between C# and Java. For those of you that are going from my methods in Java are always small letters. And in C# they can often be capitals. So that often makes me make mistakes. All right, let's go back. Now it's all saved up. No more errors. We'll go back to the Unity and run it. And here's our game with score on the top and the red that I asked. So how could I change where it went? I could go to my score properties and change. Let's see, I want it bigger. 28. Oop, again, I did it in the game, so it won't save. I do that all of the time. Now let's run it. Oops, did I get 0 in there? So 28 I didn't like, but I played with the sizes, so it looked like I could do 10, it gets smaller. And I do 20, it gets bigger. I could change the position down a little bit. Now, but I'm doing this in game, so you can see it's on. So when I go back, it will not have saved into this one. The nice thing about game is it shows you automatically what it's doing, but like I said, it doesn't save what you have. So you have to do it in here for it to save over and over again. So see, I lost my Y thing where I made -70 because I didn't have that in there. So this is a very important video. You need to have what you put here in your notes somewhere, or you're going to need to refer back to this video or in your sample. So you're going to do this as practice, put score text on your game. So you'll have that sample to work with too. But this is something we're going to do a lot, so this is something you really need to know how to do and have good references for.